Giannis just had his third 50-point game in the past month after having 54 last night against the Clippers. So we're about to analyze each and every single bucket and see how that 54 came about. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe, like, turn on those notifications. Let's get straight to it. Now to start the night off, there was a lot of this right here. Giannis took a lot of jumpers in that first quarter. And now he wasn't able to get his rhythm out the gate from the first quarter, and so was his team. Now he knocked down a couple mid-range jumpers. He had a couple takes to the rim. But largely throughout that first quarter, as you can see right now, Giannis gets that 2, but they only got 11 points, about to be 13. With the 30 seconds left, they only scored 13 points in that first quarter. Major slump out of Milwaukee to start that game. I think they caught themselves down as much as 16 in that first or in that second quarter. And Giannis, hey, I also want you to peep this as we go out throughout this video. Every time Giannis gets into his Euros, watch his footwork as he strides downhill. Notice his strides. I'm going to break it down a little later and show you why Giannis is so deadly when he attacks the rim. Ooh, let me show you this right here on the screen. Now, NBA has become a seller's league. If you're able to sell a call and get it, you'll be able to get the call. Even if you could work through that play, you'll still be able to get the call. Now, notice PG right here and watch how Giannis moves just a little bit. You see that little step out by Giannis? Usually guys would run into that screen right there and be able to get that move, to get that offensive foul. But PG avoids it. Now, it's the right thing to do. Could you avoid it? Yeah. But if you run into Giannis, because Giannis is still moving, he's not set, and the ref sees that, you just fall over, PG will be able to get that call. So sometimes, even if you can get around something, you still don't do it because you want to work the game in your favor, get your calls you want. And now this play right here is also big to notice because this is Zubac's third foul at the start of the second quarter. And Zubac was their primary defender on Giannis. And now I'm not saying Zubac will be able to lock up Giannis, but they have no other big player that will be able to guard him. And Kawhi wasn't guarding him for some reason. But I'm going to break that down to you a little bit later. So Zubac is out the game, and they have Robert Covington guarding Giannis. You should already know this is a recipe for disaster. First play in the game, blow by. Blow by. You got to send all the help. Send all the help. Send all the help. Now, having Zubac out the game, you got a bunch of wing players. Now, the Clippers could guard, but Giannis, he's so versatile at his size, it's hard to match him up against a bunch of wings. So now Giannis will be able to crash the glass without Zubac in the game. Now we're seeing guys like Morris, and there's just simply not big enough for Giannis. And that's a tough lay right there. Let's get this straight. That's a tough lay. That is a tough lay. I don't think you realize how hard this is right here. He's dead behind the backboard. He's dead behind the backboard. Left-handed. Like, bro, look. Look where his head is. That's tough. That's tough. If you say Giannis isn't skilled, he's just lengthy and all whatnot, he's just tall. But how come there's so many players also his size and his wingspan that aren't doing what he's doing? Explain that. Just explain that if you don't think Giannis is skilled. And now Giannis began to really get aggressive, not settle so much. And this is where he began to tune into getting that 54. Clippers are going to take a lead to the halftime locker room. The thing with Giannis, you could drop back, you could play under, you could play him in a gap, but he's going to eat up that space. And when you see him attack you downhill, attack your chest, you can't do much about that because you can't take on that much contact and that much force. You could go under, you could drop back, he's still going to eat up that space. You heard that, right? You heard that, right? Hey, I'm catching each one of these commentators every time they say something. Listen. Heard that. I'm not even going to say what he said. He just said, ooh, Grayson Allen, he's feeling good now. That's crazy. That's crazy right there. Hey, now second half started. Zubac back in the game. Now you're going to see Giannis just attack Zubac over and over and over again. Over and over and over again. Because he has 3 and he can't afford to leave the game. So he's going to consistently avoid fouling. And even if Zubac could foul, Giannis would still attack him regardless. And it's not like Zubac should lock him up, like I said before. It's just the better of two bads between having a guy like Robert Covington guard him or a guy like Zubac guard him. And boom, like I said before, it was a 16-point game in the first half, down 16, made another comeback, close game. But now, boom, it's about to hit right back to 21. The Bucks keep getting sloppy and sloppy and sloppy. This is why Giannis had 3 50-point games in the past month, because he had to carry so much weight. Middleton being out, team not being able to bring things together. The chemistry's a little off. So Giannis got to pick up some of that load. And now this is where it's going to start. And now Jrue Holiday, we're going to talk about the All-Star reserves a different day. We're going to talk about that. Now Giannis, this mid-range last night was looking nice. And in general, his mid-range looks good. Not going to lie, his mid-range looks good in general. So I think if he stays consistent to that mid-range, puts that work in from there, he doesn't need that 3. He doesn't need that 3, because in situations like say that they don't want to close out to him, right here, he could just take one dribble in and get into his mid-range. No need to have a 3, because he's already so unstoppable attacking the rim. Then you just get that mid-range. You only need one more level. He doesn't need to score from all 3 levels at his size. He don't need to score from all 3 levels. He could just do this. Just play that mid-range. Because his mid-range actually looks like it could get somewhere. Now I want to talk to Hoopers about plays like this. Now, you see teammates fall on the floor. You see a defender fall on the floor. This does not mean you should slow down for anybody. Do not slow down for anybody. Because even if they fall down, they're not even hurt, or they just slip or whatever, still go and attack, because even if your teammate is down 2, it's a 4-on-4, 4-on-4 and more space. If the defender just falls down, 5-on-4, now you got to put them in rotation. So go and attack. You see somebody on the floor, go attack. I don't care if somebody got hurt. I don't care if they just slipped on a banana. I don't care if there's just some water on the court and they ain't called a playoff yet. Go and attack, because there's more opportunity. Doesn't make sense to stop there, because there's more opportunity as you begin to attack the floor. Spacing, matchups, whatever. And what really led this comeback is that Jrue Holiday and Chris Middleton started to get going while Giannis took his rest. He just got back in the game with like a minute and a half left. But as he took his rest, Middleton and Jrue got it going, started off that comeback. And now Giannis got back in, knocked down 3. Now I want you to notice how this looks just a little different from the 3s that he's missed before. Notice how he gets into his gather and how quick his feet get set. He just lets it go. He just lets it fire. Smooth, rhythm. All your rhythm comes from your feet. As a shooter, you must get your feet set quick. And if your rhythm is off like that, that could be the difference between a make and a miss. Because what having quick feet does, it doesn't allow you to line that shot up for too long, make you overthink it, and it gives you better rhythm, because your shot is a full body motion. It's not just your arms, not just your legs, it's everything. But it starts with your feet, because that's what you plant down, then the force goes up, and you go up into your shot. So you need to get your feet set quick and with good rhythm, because having it quick isn't allow you to stop thinking about it, and it's going to give you the rhythm that you need. I'm telling you, that Euro step is so deadly. He was spamming this Euro step in that 4th, like he does every game. Box out, bro. Box out, man. The key to boxing out, as soon as you see this go up, you got to go and establish your ground. Because if you establish your ground, you don't move back into them, then you'll be able to get that box out. Anything they do would be an over the back. But if you keep moving back, that's going to be an over the back to you, because now you're just going into their space. But if you establish your space, as soon as you see that shot go up, then you got it. But Zubac here just watches that, and Giannis crashes, puts it on his head. So in situations like this, establish your space in the paint. Great D by Zubac. Zubac ain't have too many great plays defensively, but he had a few. So it wasn't like he was just getting killed every single play, although it kind of felt like it, because he couldn't really help but do much. Is Giannis, best player in the NBA. Hey, I'm telling you, if you get that mid-range, Giannis mid-range looked like it could actually be somewhat deadly. It looks like it can actually be somewhat deadly. Stay consistent with it, because he shoots it as a 2 motion. It's better for him, because I feel that he doesn't have the smoothness in his jumper to shoot to be a 3-point shooter. Just establish that mid-range, and you won't need that 3. I'm telling you, notice that stride, man. The next one I'm about to break down this next one to you. Another 3 by Giannis. he was taking over this fourth quarter. I believe he had 20 points in this fourth quarter. 20 of 54 came in that fourth. All right, now we done seen this Euro go left. We seen this Euro step go right. We seen the step throughs, all with the same strides, right? But the thing that's so hard to guard about this, the same exact strides, he's able to enter 3, 4, 5 different moves with the same exact strides. And also, he's going at you so fast and so quick, is that at this point, you just got to guess right. You just got to guess right. And if you wait to guess, you're going to be too late. It's going to be a foul, just like right here on Zubac. That's the thing that's so hard about it. So if you're going to end up guessing, just make sure you know, I would say just know where your help is. Because whatever that is what's going to take up more space and harder for him to get his angles to get around the rim. So that's just all to say that those strides by Giannis, his ability to read you as he attacks you, is so hard to guard. Probably the best Euro step in the NBA. I'm telling you, bro, Giannis, get that mid-range, he won't need a 3. Get that mid-range, he won't need a 3. Come on. Same stride, same attack. It's just so hard to guard because you don't know where he's going. And especially if your defense is not set, you're done. If your defense is not set, like transition plays like this, like all these, he was just going transition, boom, attack, attack, attack. Defense is not set, still getting back. Nobody's able to really communicate. Gets another foul, boom, Zubac is fouled out right here. Now he gets to the line, and I believe he missed that that foul before this play. He missed both of those. Came back, hit 2 of these. He shot 15 free throws on the night. 10 of 15 from the line. And that's just 54 right there, but that's not where we're gonna stop because he still could have possibly reached 60, but they had Zubac foul out, and Kawhi was on him. And I was wondering why did they not put Kawhi on him when there's 4 or 5 minutes left in that fourth? Because that's when you should be able to tell Kawhi, okay, give me all you got on both sides of the ball. Not tell him to do it the whole game, but just the last few minutes of the game so you could have your best defender on their best player. And Kawhi, he didn't score on Kawhi. He had 54. He had some easy looks. Boom, right there, got that jump ball. Now, did he smoke that first one? Yes, he did. But at the end of the day, he ain't scored. Kawhi was on him. Another play. ISO. Zubac in the game, I guarantee you he scores at least one of these buckets. Now, this is not even just a Kawhi thing. This is a team thing. And this is also a Milwaukee offense thing right here. Because notice, like I said, he was attacking the transition the whole night. Going down, attacking Zubac, Euro steps, striding downhill, all that stuff. But side out of bounds. In the half court. In the half court is a different game than playing in transition in the full court. Because now Milwaukee's stagnant. And so what does this do? Clippers are allowed to build this wall. You see Reggie Jackson sitting right here. You don't even care Wesley Matthews a shooter. You see Marcus Morris, PG, or Norman Powell right here. This first layer of help, all stacked up. So now it's just super hard for Giannis to get anywhere. Shot clock going down. Has to take a tough shot from mid-range, and his mid-range is not quite there yet. But the only reason Milwaukee was able to pull this off is that Kawhi was not able to pull this game out. He was not able to hit the shots he needed. I think he missed like, what, 20 shots on the night? And then right there, man, that's a tough play right there. This could have went very, very bad. Because you throw the ball away like that, it looks like a high school play. It's like a rookie mistake right there. But you know what? Forget it. Go back on the other end. You got Wesley Matthews on the ISO. And like I said, Kawhi was off last night. Kawhi was off. Only had 17, but took 25 shots. Took a tough shot. He just couldn't hit nothing down the stretch. And now that's their closer. If your closer couldn't hit shots, PG couldn't hit shots. Momentum was all in Milwaukee's hands, and they got the dub. So, hit a highlight video dropping daily, by the way. So make sure you subscribe, like, turn those notifications on, and we out of here.